legends in the making, they fight. Kyle and Jacob will lead you tonight. So lay down your arms, there's no chance of victory. You punk ass bitches, they're better than the rest of me. Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
The
and
battle that the
welcome.
rest on me. That's a good song.
It is a great song.
Oh,
it is our
baby.
intro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, podcast.
we are glad you're here. We're glad you're listening. Maybe not here.
I'm not that glad
We're
you're
glad you're not here. We are glad you're listening, though. This is another episode of Better Than
The Restini.
I'm Kyle,
And I'm Jacob.
and we are better. So we're going
Than the Sumstiny.
The
That's what's
Sumstiny.
so we changed it to
Then
last episode.
some
I thought.
guys and some girls that play games.
How are you, Kyle? How are you doing this fine evening?
It's good. I'm doing well. It's
Full-
cold in
Full
Texas, which is weird.
full disclosure to our listeners. Obviously we record these episodes a little bit prior to their release,
Mhm.
like a couple days, not too far in
No.
advance. But this was our first foray into weeknight recording up at the studio, and I must say, never again. So
Yeah,
either the podcast is over, which is what I'm leaning towards after the experience of driving up to the studio today, or we'll have to go back to not having it at 6 o'clock on a night.
That's what we'll do. We'll
during
just
the week.
avoid North Dallas
Ugh.
evening traffic.
Shout out to all of our Dallas listeners out there,
Yes.
sexy fools.
Oh, you sexy fools.
You know about that traffic. And if you want to tell us your horror stories, just text us at 972-415.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Or just
That's the new
shoot
bit.
us a tweet.
That's the new bit. We get 7 or 6
Six
of the 10 numbers
addition
out. Yeah.
of 3
It's not my
plus
thing.
3 is 6. Anyway, so traffic aside, what do
is
we
a-
have? What do we have in store today for our listeners, Kyle?
Quite a bit. That's an excellent question. This episode, we are going to focus on launches. Maybe failure to launch, really, is what I should say. The
I didn't know we were
Classic
getting
hit.
so sexual.
It was a rom-com is what I'm referring to. The Matthew
Oh.
McConaughey, Sarah Jessica Parker.
I thought you were referring to the inaction of a male's
ED?
thing and stuff.
No.
Oh, okay.
We're all fully capable of that, I believe.
Oh, I see.
But to discuss launches, not just the ones that have failed, great launches, awesome stories. I did tweet about 100 times asking for people to submit their tweet or their stories
Submit their
to me.
tweets. That's
I
always
got
good.
0, so we're going to count and again rely pretty heavily on the table. We're going to rely pretty heavily on the people here.
Which
in studio.
thankfully we have the 3 musketeers at the table, because
We do.
last week it was the 2 thrustketeers, and that just really didn't have the same type of ring to it.
It worked. but
Joining us, he's I'm sure some of you guys' favorite
Mhm.
part of the show, but joining us again live outside of the producer's box on the mic is our producer, Paul P.J. Hudson. Paul, why don't you say hello to all the listeners?
So you name a podcast failure to launch, and you invite me on? Fuck you,
Oh,
Kyle.
no, Paul. No. Paul? Well, now, Paul, you have to explain yourself
So
because
I'm
it was going to be glazed over.
I'm an adult that is going to college,
Mhm.
still living at home,
There's nothing wrong with that.
playing video games in my mom's basement.
No, we don't have
Wait, are you in?
basements
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, they don't have a basement.
But no, Paul, that is not why we had you on. I figured that it would make sense because of our friends that we game with. I have known you the longest. You and I have been to, or at least participated in more midnight game release events than most of the other people that we have on.
Also, Paul will be gracing us with a
Yes,
live
yeah.
edition. I'm going to spoil this right now with a
No,
live
get it out there.
edition of PJ's Life Hack. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for that. And we also, Jesse should be showing up to the studio here in a sec. We tried to phone it in, but he's driving from Carolina. He's that
He
big of a
has to.
trooper. He's going to join us in the studio later, and we're going to have a live edition of Uncle Jesse's Bitch Fest. So we got a lot of good stuff in store for you guys.
It's a big, very hectic live episode where I have a lot more to do on the computer than just talk.
Pretty
So
much.
I'm sweating.
Well, I think you should delegate to Ricky. Our intern Ricky is working the production boards with Paul in here tonight.
God
So
damn it, Ricky.
yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Ricky. Ricky.
Mm.
It's getting college credits.
But so
Who's
yeah,
good?
we have a great work program here at better than the Destiny network.
Great work study here in Kyle's guest bedroom. Oh,
on
no.
the 17th floor.
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall. Oh, it's been broken. They know we don't have a studio on the 17th floor of a skyscraper in Louisville, Texas.
Oh,
Shattered.
You
It's weird.
really are just trying to get assassinated by like the craziest fan to just reverse number look you up with the 6 digits in your
And they've got
town
me.
now.
And
Yeah.
they know where
And
I
in
live.
case you forgot, it is 97.
Okay, thank you. All right, Paul. I have
Easy.
I have both
Easy.
of y'all's numbers.
Easy.
God.
All right, Kyle, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get into it.
That's a good point. We do have a lot to talk about, and that's actually the first thing that I want to talk about right now. Is a crazy amount of there's a crazy amount of games coming out. It is literally I've never been in such a release season. I have 9.
Oh, I've had
on
a
my
season
screen.
of a few releases.
I had a very lonely summer between 8th and 9th grade.
No comment. Back to you, Kyle.
But no,
You line them up. This is. Listen, you knew what you were getting
I
into
know
when
what I said.
you titled this episode that.
Failure to launch.
It was
There's
just
going to be a lot of
ejaculatory jokes after
Ejac-
ejaculatory jokes after dry heaving penis non-ejaculatory jokes.
Yeah, I guess that needed to be said. Quickly, the 9 major titles that are coming out, and this is the oldest one here is September 30th, so we're working within a 45, 60-day range. There was Middle-earth: Shadows of Mordor, Sunset Overdrive, Call of Duty: Advanced Warfare, Halo: The Master Chief Collection, Assassin's Creed Unity, World of Warcraft: Warlords of Draenor, and then as of yesterday, if you're listening to this on the 19th, Grand Theft Auto 5, Far Cry 4, and Dragon Age Inquisition.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. There is literally no reason, if you have ever enjoyed a video game, to not be playing one right now.
The problem is there isn't enough time in the day to play them all.
No.
Especially you and you're married and
It's
house
It's
and
awesome.
all
My
that.
wife listens.
It's awesome.
She listens, yeah.
Yeah, good job, Kyle. Nice save, buddy. But no, that is true. There's a lot of great stuff coming out right now. I mean, we've highlighted this in the past, but now that we have a little bit more free time, although segue really quickly, Destiny listeners,
Mm-hmm.
we patch 1.0.3. I know Kyle's shaking his head, but there's some new stuff coming down the pike, and I like what I see so far from them. So I'm kind of still excited. I'm still a little bit on board for December whenever the expansion comes out. So
I mean, we'll touch it. I'll touch it.
we'll touch it.
And we'll probably even have to have an episode on it. I mean, it is the reason that we have
for the season.
for the
Oh, wait, no,
podcast,
that's-
is what I was going
oh,
to say. But yeah,
okay.
the season. So we will have to talk on that. But I'm not the only one at the table that was shaking their head. Paul is also. The PJ announced that when he walked in. He's probably done with Destiny, and I don't think he's the only one.
Well, the issue is, I would have returned the Destiny. You got my $25 from GameStop already if I hadn't already pre-purchased the expansion packs.
Yeah.
So, as many times have I said,
So
that
the ride never ends.
Exactly.
You're just you're
Exactly.
on for the long haul.
early adoption sucks.
They got you.
They did.
Now, early adoption, I just mentioned 9 games that are being released. What's the plan? There's no way that I can play all 9 of them. We've already illustrated the fact that I'm married and have to have a full-time job.
Yeah.
What are we gonna? What are y'all gonna play? What are you gonna play, Paul?
Well, currently I'm playing Warlords, World of Warcraft.
Nice.
Really enjoying it. So if you've ever played Warcraft or any interest in it, now is the time to get back into it because it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun right now. But I got Assassin's Creed still in the package because I just
God, that's spoiled. You're spoiled. Okay.
right. And Dragon Age is the next title, which I'm seeing reports of 80 plus hours of gameplay
Oh, that'd be
until
nice.
you reach the credits, which looks awesome.
Yeah.
Except that's 80 hours of gameplay that
You'd be taken away from World of Warcraft.
exactly.
Yeah. I knew where you were going.
A lot of WoW homers at this table.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the odd man out.
You're enjoying it. Well, okay. So, what's your plan? I mean, we got Paul's. What are you gonna do with the?
I've
List.
played a little bit of WoW since it came out.
Good.
I've played quite a bit of Advanced Warfare on the PC. I want to get GTA, but I'm probably just going to wait and hold off and get that to on the PC. So I'll probably
Okay.
hold off on that. Definitely getting Far Cry 4. I should have already gotten it, but I'm waiting a little bit before I finally get it. I might wait actually until like Black Friday to see if I get a Steam sale or anything.
Oh,
that
that's
might
not a
get it
bad idea.
cheaper. So we'll see. And a lot of Farming Simulator 15. I know we joked about it. Listen,
Weird,
I know
it wasn't on the list.
I kind of want to bring that up. I think you're selling a few games short
Okay,
here as far as big releases. No, Farming Simulator 15. I actually
Here's some
did
Jacob's Secret
on a
Sauce.
win. Yeah, an early edition of Jacob's Secret Sauce.
Oh, nice. Even PJ get it on the sauces.
Yeah, if you're an avid PC gamer and you have Steam, pick up Farming Simulator 15. I know. Listen, okay.
I can't.
If you're a fan
believe
of
you.
if you're a fan of Prison Sim 15 or Child Doctor Pedophile Sim 14,
Just to name a
probably
few.
won't be a big fan of this game. But no,
Oh,
surprisingly, I picked it up, on a whim as a joke, and it's actually a little bit fun. Like
Jacob
the
hasn't
seriousness
slept.
behind, like, well, no, like you have to organize your combines and your tractor, and you have to like organize your farm as to like what you're growing, and it's.
you can't even take what you're saying.
Listen, this is the
seriously.
kind of guy. Listen, I was really big into SimCity. Like I played the hell out of
Okay.
SimCity 2000
Yeah.
and The Sims, the original Sims.
Okay.
So I kind of like that sort of aspect, and this is a little bit more realistic than that. But
Well, okay, so that makes sense.
It's-
You know,
it's
that's the
stupid
great thing
fun.
about gaming. They're all. I mean, someone's gonna think all of them are stupid.
yeah, pretty much. What
My-
about you, Kyle?
I was gonna say my plan is so. It's not nearly as exciting as y'all's because y'all's had multiple options on it. I am probably gonna be limited to World of Warcraft.
Ugh.
I'm gonna still probably play some Destiny.
You should try a
I
Far Cry.
pretend to hate it, but
You should try a Far Cry.
and maybe Far Cry. I do have a bet going with my wife right now that involves me not drinking soda for like a month, and if I don't drink soda for a month, I get to purchase 2 video games. I don't know. It's like I'm still a child.
Wait, let
and
me
I
get
an
this straight.
allowance. Yeah, it's
If
my
you
money.
don't purchase, yeah,
yeah,
or if you don't drink soda, then you are allowed to spend your own money to purchase
Uh-huh.
too. Wow, being married is a
it is
treasure.
wonderful.
Yes.
It is. Oh God, I could just go on for hours about
Kyle
it.
giving me the hand signal to please like lay off the marriage talk. Gotcha,
She's
buddy.
in the other room, but no. Yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to be, and I say stuck with. I've always been a huge World of Warcraft fan, so it doesn't really bother me that might be the only one I get to focus on for right now. The look that Jacob's giving me is just displeased.
Listen, okay, so I've played a good amount of Warlords of Draenor. I mean, by the time this comes out, I've got a level 100.
Yeah.
I've done all this stuff, so I'm reserving my judgment until I get a little bit further in. But so far, it seems fine.
And that's with that kind of game, in my opinion, the leveling progress has always been fun for me since BC because it's all new content. But it's when you get at max level, is it going to keep you there? Is it going to keep you
Mhm.
coming back doing something? But that we'll see. I'm sure we'll have an episode down the line discussing that because everyone at this table is going to get to 100. That's just how it's going to happen, and we'll play. So that's our plan. As far as the 3 of us at the table, we're going to try to spread ourselves out across a few different games when we can. I am actually, and this is something that I kind of thought was, and maybe that's just me being naive, it wasn't an issue anymore, but are they even ready for the game release? In the last 2 weeks, there have been 3 major titles. I mean, these aren't small things. Major companies, and their servers couldn't hack it when it came out. You had Call of Duty, you had World of Warcraft, and then you had Halo.
Right.
All 3 of them were not ready for the server release, apparently.
I mean, a lot of it, I think the Call of Duty and obviously Master Chief is a deal with the Xbox servers.
Right.
I haven't really forayed into that game too much yet, so I'm not too familiar with it. I know that Jesse and Austin were complaining, and Travis even so
Yeah.
much about just being able, like, the single player game, which is a lot of what people are into about it, was awesome. You know,
Right.
the graphics upgrade, all the customization now with it, but just that the servers were just unable to handle the load, I guess. And to some degree, I hear that the Advanced Warfare ones as well. There was a little bit of an issue, I guess, at the beginning on Steam, but that was more so because of the way that the server, I guess, connection is designed, where it's more so player to player. They didn't
Right.
have like dedicated setup that well. And then, of course, the Warlords issue was just
Well, yeah, and that was
a mix of DDoSing and overload and just bad realm management, I guess, on their part
Yeah.
because it was so much of just the beginning of the game. You have everyone all at once, and they didn't really have anything phased out. So you have everybody in this one instance of
Yeah, that's
the
it's just
server,
too
and
much.
and what you get is 7-hour queues and
9,000 people in front of you.
18 million hot fixes where they
Yeah.
put the server down, but things seem to be good now. So, I mean, on all three of those, they thankfully they've sort of addressed it quickly. But
Oh yeah,
it's in this day and age, when these companies put out these games so regularly and like the scale, like the scope is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You would think they would have a little bit more preparation or
yeah.
a
I
little
mean,
bit
it's a
more
$1
foresight
billion
for some of these
industry.
things. Yeah.
They've got the money to do the math. Is what it seems like it would be to me. Just like, okay, this many people,
Right.
this is how much space we're gonna need.
Because that's exactly how servers work.
I know.
It's very easy to just go, how many people can we predict
Seven?
play this game? Yeah,
seven
so
to 12.
we'll need exactly 2 megabytes of RAM per person.
Two and a half
I mean,
servers. I don't
that
know.
would be great. Like, trust me, I'm not like defending
right.
the companies for having these issues because to some degree, you have these more so for PC gamings than I guess for things like COD where they don't really have an open beta or anything. But a lot of these companies, they have these games out in beta, and they have all these bug reports, and
Right.
they kind of get this first preview of what some of the issues are, and they don't necessarily take it fully to heart.
They don't fix anything. They just see that there's an issue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and we cut a lot of slack for MMOs, but with a juggernaut like Blizzard, you would think that they would see the numbers that they're getting resubbed and everything, that they would beef up their.
Yeah, there's no.
They're-
It didn't feel like it would be a surprise to me. I mean, they know how many people are going to pay or play because they know how many people have paid. I guess you could have day of.
Yeah,
They-
I mean, like you can.
I wonder what the numbers are going to be on that.
As much as you forecast it, like you never know until you get there and you see it. Like you're not going to really know good, bad, and different until you actually are in the midst of it.
Well, and like you said, I mean, they did get it fixed fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't any small task on all three of those titles to get that issue fixed, and it was handled within, I don't know, a week of each event. I mean,
Right.
that's impressive.
It's okay. It's not it's not inexcusable, but it's fine. And the game's coming out. Like there aren't any really monstrous online behemoths that are coming out except maybe GTA Online on the next gens that might cause sort of an issue because I know that Rockstar, this has kind of been a year of like awkward server issues because Diablo 3 launch for the Xbox was a little bit kind of wonky. Well, I know on the PC it was huge. Like they had a lot of issues way back when, and then like it was a little wonky. And then I know GTA 5 last year had a big issue with their GTA Online, so hopefully they would have done something about that.
I haven't gotten to
this
be a
year.
part of I haven't been able to be an early adopter in a long time, so I don't even know about any of the
And yet
fun
here you
server
are with a
issues.
gaming podcast, old man.
tricking people into thinking I know things.
Pretty much.
Now, has GTA commented if they're going to delay GTA Online like they did with the 360 version?
I imagine there's going to be a delay too, yeah. Which is smart.
Yeah. I mean, whatever makes it easier, because that first impression with these games, in a lot of cases, it can make or break that that game. I mean, and I don't want to bring it back to Destiny because we're trying to kind of move away from it, but I really hope, and I honestly hope that this first impression that's been made in the community doesn't kill that game. I would love if in 6 months everyone was like, holy shit, this game is exactly what we thought it was going to be day one. It just took them half a year to get there.
I mean, yeah, they're at least, like, especially with this last patch that they're working on, I mean, they're slowly but surely, turning the tide of things that are in the game is in desperate need of. It's just a matter of, being a little quicker about it and being a little bit more forthright with the things that you're doing instead of necessarily like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then like, well, we're actually kind of going to do this. No, just, listen to what the community wants. Obviously, don't give them everything they want. I want free, level 30 gear right now or 30 light gear, all these things. Listen, but with a grain of salt because a lot of the things, and, I feel like they actually have listened to some degree because a lot of the issues that have been proposed or brought up and just over and over and over again are being addressed. So it's good. Still just wait until the X-Pac comes out. I'm sure we'll have a big episode on that.
Yeah, we will.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, we do. We actually have several. It's kind of a weird time of year, and I think we briefly touched on this last episode. Our episodes in this are going to be kind of strange until probably the first of the year. They're going to be things like New Year's resolutions and Christmas stories and different stuff like that.
And
surrounding video
Ebola in gaming.
And then there's some of that.
That's a big expose episode that I'm going to cover here in 2 weeks.
So
Gonna blow the lid off
jot that
whole.
one down.
Just gonna blow the lid off that whole scandal.
Well,
So
id
we've got
Software is
that.
here in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, see.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you just say? You
id
were awfully
Software.
far.
ID Software. id.
What is that?
He's pretty much saying that Nina Pham, the nurse that got Ebola, was sent to the
no.
Ebola patient by id Software as a research project they're doing for future game releases.
That is.
And the dog
strange.
Bentley is actually a cybernetic organism.
Oh shit.
I've really followed this whole story
Almost too
closely. And again,
closely.
the expose 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have the really big Ebola and gaming double episode.
Buckle your seats.
So it's gonna be an hour and a half of me talking.
no.
So you guys better be prepared for that. It's gonna be a
No.
great thing.
No, that won't be happening. Now, I want to take this opportunity, and I hope that you can hear it in my face, or my face.
Hear it in your face.
Hear it in my voice because you cannot see it on my face. We already told you Paul was here. We didn't necessarily tell you all the reason why. There was a huge outcry.
Real quick, Paul, how are you dealing with your internet celebrity now? Like, how is your persona handling it? Like, I feel like it's
Yeah.
gotten a lot bigger than like you're capable of controlling it.
Yeah.
Well, I've just been giving everybody Kyle's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's 972.
Okay, thank you. Ah, God damn it.
Lay off. That's my shtick.
Oh man.
Like,
There's some dirty looks being cast across the table.
up next, it's Jacob's life hack.
You son of a bitch.
No, but
If you beat up 3 people named Paul a day, you'll live longer. I'm going to live forever. That's right. Better watch yourself over there, bud.
oh no, but
Well, I'll be back in the booth, guys.
yeah. Thank you.
No, but for real, like, how is the internet? How is the fame treating you? What are you doing? Like, have you been recognized? Does anyone like make you whenever you're out at a restaurant or something like? Wait, order slower. That voice. Where have I heard you before? Wait a minute. Tell me
Ooh.
something useful. Like, do you get that a lot, Paul?
Well, I had my meal comped at Red Lobster the other night. So
Oh,
that was
shit.
that's,
God, you ate
know.
at a Red Lobster? I didn't think those existed anymore.
yeah.
Was it next door to a Steak and Ale? Isn't that another?
Dude, rest in peace, Steak and Ale. I love
know.
Steak and Ale. And Red Lobster's okay,
It's
not for the
alright.
food because the food is awful, but the Cheddar Bay biscuits are
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, sorry if you really like Red Lobster,
Like Paul does.
but yeah, Red Lobster sucks.
Yeah, Paul Jacob's still pretty upset about the stealing his shtick.
I see.
He's gonna pull up your phone number
Yeah.
now, Jacob.
If you're upset, if you're upset about Paul stealing my shtick, then text me at 214. Yeah, there you go.
No, we do have a very special. We teased it at the beginning. It is a live in the studio. PJ's life hack.
This is gonna go one of 3 ways.
I'm gonna guess poorly.
It's gonna go very well.
I hope so.
And Paul is just going to be fighting off the wave of blowjobs as
He'll
he
be
tries to
beating
get
off
back
dudes left
to
and right.
back to his house.
Oh.
2, it's going to go horribly, and we're going to end the podcast here.
Forever.
3, it's going to go so horribly. Not only do we end the podcast here, we all commit suicide via the Haley's Comet claim people with Kool-Aid and cyanide and arsenic. So,
All right, so
looking forward to this result.
no pressure, Paul.
No
but
pressure,
There's
Paul.
really only one outcome I'm okay with.
And now it is time for Paul B.J. Hudson's life hacks. Learn from him. Be better than everyone else.
Welcome to a special live edition of Living Better Than the Rest of You. If you're a guy and need to get off quickly, stand up and cross your legs to quicken the gas. Back to you, douchebag.
Really glad he went back to us, sitting across the table.
Well, it's
Hey,
part
it's
of
a
the.
habit.
So wait, what
It's a
does that
habit.
even mean?
It's in the notes.
crossing. So wait, crossing your legs.
Pressure on your testicles
Okay.
gets the gasm going faster.
Really?
I do like the word gasm.
I don't like pressure on my balls.
I like the right kind. Sorry, Mom. Yeah.
Yeah, we
She
went there.
listens. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, family night is
Okay,
always usually
well,
pretty
then
awkward.
we'll go around the table. We'll go around the table real quick. So, like,
Okay.
if you had to assign a PSI to the amount of, because mine is
Uh,
0.
I'm going to go 2. I'm not sure.
2 pounds per square
Oh.
inch.
Yeah,
That's
I
what PSI stands for, Kyle.
Yeah, no, 2.
I mean,
I know, I knew what it stood for.
2 pounds per square inch.
Very large.
You're
So
just-
by
you're
the end
just-
of it, there's about 32 pounds of pressure on my lap. Do the math.
Paul,
Okay.
where do you stand on the ball pressure
I'll just
debate?
take it. I'll take any.
There you go. He'll take it or leave it.
Well, I'm picky, and
I prefer 0.
if you were a listener and we're out at the bar, you go, "What's up?" and your move per se to try to get me to go back with you is to put pressure on my balls,
Some PSI.
I will kill you.
I
That won't work on me. Moving on.
Hell, I think that's probably a good idea.
So, and that was that. You know what? Ejaculation. That was very good to go with the whole theme of the episode and releases.
Right, failure to launch, releases,
Well, that wouldn't
the
be a failure to
gasm.
launch,
No,
yeah.
that would be a very successful gasm. No, yeah, and like I said, we complained a little bit. We talked about some of the rough patches that some companies have had for launches. However, for me, I have several fantastic stories and memories of game launches and what that meant for me that night and how it worked. And they're some of my fondest gaming memories, probably.
I sharped myself one time at a midnight launch, and I
Oh
had to
my
stand in
God.
line. It was horrible.
So, Jacob, you're going to go ahead and start first. I will say this. I was told by a fan that they really loved the way you were able to paint the picture. When you were telling a story about me, there was a lot of detail, so I hope...
I'm sorry, which story was that?
I honestly don't remember. It was you talking
Why
about how
would I ever be talking
Kyle
about
sits
you?
down in a room with a faint glow through the window. He contemplates... Yeah, that. So, I'd love to hear your story about you shitting your pants.
I was standing in
No,
line.
this is already the wrong way to do this.
I was standing in line at a GameStop,
Okay.
and I was really gassy.
Okay.
And so, like, the people behind me, I'm sure, were just, like, loving that.
Fuck this dude. God.
But I'm a pretty imposing-looking person. Like, I'm a tall person,
Yeah.
so, like, nobody's going to
I'd
be
let
like,
you fart on me.
hey, guy, I need you to stop dropping those Duke Nukem's on me. Because they would use,
Well, naturally,
gamers.
you're at a
gamers swag.
GameStop.
No, so I one time I was just like, I did like a half like heel off the ground, cheek a little bit peeled,
Right.
and I let one go, and there was definitely shit residue permeating in between my butt cheeks after the fact. So
Mm.
sorry, Kyle's mom.
Shit stories don't bother my mom. I don't know,
What
but,
game release was that? What was that for? I think that was for FIFA 06.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That I don't even want to tell mine anymore because I didn't shit my pants in any of my stories.
Up next, Kyle's lame ass story. Go ahead, Kyle. So, I've got more midnight stories. I mean, like the midnight launch really wasn't. I mean, I guess I was young, but it wasn't
Yeah.
a thing to me till like I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, that was about the same time that mine hit. I was shortly after a senior in high school because then I could kind of do it if I wanted
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
whereas
like you
before-
didn't have to have a curfew or you just like, Mom, would you take me to GameStop? No, you just drive
At
up there.
midnight on a
yeah, at
Tuesday?
midnight or Monday, bro.
Yeah,
Most of
on
them are
Monday.
Mondays. Come on, get it
And
right.
they're like, no, go to bed. We're not going to help you by going and standing in a cold parking lot.
Yeah,
I
so
never got to do
that wasn't my first midnight. That was the first one that I really remember for reasons I don't know why
Yeah.
exactly that one stands
It
out as
could be
memorable.
anything.
Let's see. My first like I guess real midnight relaunch, that you actually like waited an exorbitant amount of time. I had no plans whatsoever of getting the Nintendo Wii. Like
Okay.
there was all this like hype and stuff surrounding it. And literally the day of, I went to Best Buy and they like gotten out all the Nintendo Wii accessories, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a Nintendo Wii. So I like bought like
And
2
I'm
controllers.
doing
No,
this.
I was stupid. I was like, I better get these accessories first though, just so I can get my Wii and go home and like not have to worry about getting these like extra controllers and shit. And so like I was like, all right, I'll just show up at 5 or 6 o'clock at the local Walmart and get in line, and we'll be good to go. Like I'll get a Wii just fine. Well, they were only guaranteeing to hand out like 15 of them at that Walmart, and there was like 70 people in line.
Hold on, let me do the math.
That's not
You were
enough.
not going to get one.
Correct. So
Okay.
I drove from. So I went to I went to school in a little POS East Texas town that shall remain nameless.
Okay.
I loved it though. That was a great town. But so Walmart was kind of the central hub of the area.
Yes, it was.
So I decided my go-to plan was to drive to an even shittier, smaller, POS-ier town. I think it actually is a bigger population. Whatever, doesn't matter. It was a shittier town to wait at their Walmart. But they were only giving out 15, and when I got there was 20 people in line. So
I killed
I spent
5 people.
No, so thankfully I had a little bit of help, and we spent like 3 hours convincing people why the Wii was horrible.
Oh,
and we're like, yeah, no, supposedly there's
God.
like all these bugs and shit with it and all this. And I got 8 people to leave. And I just slid right in there, got my Wii Sports,
and
got
0
my
bugs.
Legend of Zelda, and
Nice.
played the shit out of it. It was fun.
Wow, I love that game. Sorry, I sidetracked.
Also, WoW.
I do love WoW. Are we talking about WoW
Lich
now?
King. I'm just saying I was at the Lich King midnight release. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
at the Cataclysm midnight release. I was at the Mists of Pandaria midnight release, and I went digital for WoD. So there you go.
Yeah.
Wave of the future. That's the problem, man. Midnight releases are becoming like a sacred beast of the past.
Yeah, they really kind of are. And I mean, the standing in line part is cool. I mean, I remember my
Unless
first
you
time-
shart your pants,
minus the
Then it's-
shit in your pants.
then it's not cool.
It's less than desirable. But my very first midnight release was same age roughly. I think I was 19 or 20 when Burning Crusade came out. Maybe older. Shit, I don't even know. But I remember that was my very first time that I decided to go stand in line for a game. It was freezing cold. I'm up there, and I actually had a friend that was with me, a friend of mine, Kristen. She was waiting in line too. We got the game. We went back to my mom's house and played all night. And this is going to sound strange, but I was never allowed to have a girl in my room. That night, Kristen sat up in my room, but my mom didn't care because she was certain that if I invited a girl over to play video games, I was not getting laid. So she was okay with the girl.
Some would
being
call that a
upstairs.
failure to launch.
Don't smirk at me after you say
So we call a full circle.
that.
Bring everything right back around and relate it. I'm gonna need you to stop laughing so hard, Kyle. This is a professional
You
broadcast.
can't look at me after you say that like that. God. No, so then, that was a great night. I stayed up all night, did not get laid. Then the next big one for me was probably Cataclysm. Mine are all very WoW centric. That's a problem, I think.
Much like your gaming life as it stands lately.
Lately, it has to be, but I did not go to sleep until I was max level. I stayed up for 3 days straight. 2 full days, half of the next day. Didn't sleep. I drank a dozen energy drinks, ate a dozen Totino's pizza, and probably peed out of my ass for 2 weeks afterwards.
Ebola in gaming.
2 weeks. Prepare.
What about you, Paul?
Mine's very similar. I was about 17, stayed up for the Burning Crusade.
God, you were allowed to do that at 17?
I have cool parents. No girl. Still, I, however, did get to masturbate, so that was great.
Oh, that's more than me.
Yeah,
You
I
got closer.
sharded myself. If I had a girl there, that would have been the last time I ever did a midnight release. So.
Unless that-
Unless she sharded herself too.
and then it
that
just
was
became
like how
your
we boned.
thing, and you're now married with 6 kids because
Yeah.
it was like perfect.
Anyway, go ahead, Paul.
But other than that, other than WoW and buying digitally, that's really all the midnight releases that I've gone to because I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, and digitally, you say it's.
I mean, I went to Destiny's midnight. Like, there are some
did
games
too.
like when you get you got to get the hard copy of the game. Like, I'm still a big proponent of getting the hard copy of a game. Like, actually, like
I like to hold it.
it's less of a convenience, but it's more of a direct connection to
Yeah.
like this is what I have, or like you want to display your games in a sort of organized manner. But it really stinks. Like, I feel like the heyday of midnight releases has come and went. Like every game that was like had any amount of like a little bit of hype, they're like midnight release for it, midnight release for this,
Yeah.
midnight release for Madden, midnight release. Now it's just literally like all the super AAA stuff.
Just download it.
Yeah.
Stay at home. You don't have to
Yeah.
stand outside in the cold weather. You don't have to be
Yeah.
behind that guy that has not showered in weeks.
Or sharts himself.
Or you don't have to
Or
stand
he's-
behind the dude that shit
Or he's
his
just
pants.
Duke Nukeming all night and just
Honestly,
nukes
I'm
him.
all about the digital download all of a sudden.
less shards.
Less shards?
I think the only person you have to worry about is like you sharding yourself. Like, oh God, who's sharding?
Shit.
Man,
Sick of my
I
own poop.
was waiting for that game to come out. Some dude shard himself. Really? Where?
all over our
Some guy
couch.
shard himself in my bedroom. It was horrible while I was waiting for that game to download.
No, but I it'll be crazy in 20 years when we're doing this podcast.
That's a pretty bold claim. We
I was
might not
waiting
be
to see
doing
how
it
that
in
was
20
going.
days
Yeah. I was waiting
after
to see
this
the
Ebola
response.
in gaming expose drops. Yeah.
They might shut us down. No, but yeah, no. It'll be interesting to see what it's like, I guess, not in 20 years, but at the rate that it's going as far as the midnight release. For me, though, it was never really the standing in line. The games that I tend to play, it is even if they're not in the same room, it's me and all my friends playing it together. So that's the part that was the best for me. It was always the social aspect.
Yeah, I've
of it.
had some good experiences too, like with random people that show up there because you just like get some
Yeah.
awkward game banter on. It's
and
like
they're all
totally playing the Falcons this year, bro.
Right,
Yeah, me
yeah.
too, man. Mad, bro. Be like, fuck you guys, Saints. Like, oh shit.
yeah, and I mean,
Only at the pre-release. Oh,
just
that kind of awesome
pop
game
and
chatter.
call. Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
But I like the aspect of the midnight release. Even like I said, if it's just the staying up all night and having diarrhea for 3 weeks. Unfortunately for me, we've already touched on this more than once. I didn't even really get to participate in the Warlords of Draenor midnight release.
Neither did we.
Neither did anybody because the servers were kind of
Yeah, that's
poo-poo.
true. I guess I didn't miss much then.
They
I
were
was
duty.
sleeping and waking up to go to work the next day
There you go.
while y'all were waiting in queue.
I wasn't actually. I didn't do the midnight. I sort of just waited till after the fact, like a responsible adult. But oh, hold on. Oh my God, he made it. This is a big surprise for us
It
because
really is.
he literally drove from Carolina to make it all the way in the studio here. So he's just popping in to throw down the hot rhymes, the rhymes. We're gonna have him do some rhymes. I don't know.
Oh.
No, it's our buddy Jesse. We'll get Jesse in here in a second. He's gonna do a live, 100% live version of Uncle Jesse's Bitch Fest for you guys. So give us 1 second, and we're gonna get that started for y'all right now. All right, we're having some technical difficulties. Kyle, what's going on with the boards here?
no.
All right, we're getting Jesse on the mic.
This is why we don't let the rook in the sound.
This is
booth.
what this is why we
Fucking- What was his name?
this is why we don't. Yeah,
Fired.
you
That's
don't
what
even
his name
you
is.
don't even remember what our intern's name is?
Naga work here
Jesus.
anymore.
All right, so we have the sound now.
I
Do we have the sound figured out?
Yo, what up,
All right, we have the sound
biatch?
figured out. Jesse, take the mic.
This is Uncle Jesse's Bitch Fest. So listen up. Bitch!
Yeah, what's up, Kyle and Fuck Trumpet? I'm pissed off as shit right now. Let me tell you, I try to get an erection. I try everything. I try looking at porn. I try lubes. I try creams. I try pills. I try lifting weights to get my testosterone up. I try buying my wife negligees, and nothing works. I'm pissed the fuck off. Failure to launch. Back to you, assholes.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Thank you. A very,
Thanks, Jesse.
very much so, Jesse in studio. That was absolutely Jesse.
And he's on his way out.
Yeah.
Jesse, have a safe drive back, man. Thank you for... That was Jesse, by the way.
Super
Thank you.
kind of Jesse to drive this
To
far.
make it all the way.
Yeah.
Like, we actually just dropped this on him like 2 hours ago, so I don't know how he managed to do it, but we're very impressed.
Yes, we are.
Anyway, so how was our Twitter looking this week, Kyle? We getting some giving back opportunities?
You know, I'll be honest with you. No, not really.
No.
I mean, there's been
Kind
some
of let
chatter.
down then. I mean, after last week was like
I
our
know.
all-time personal record, although 3 of them were manufactured by our
Good
asshole
close friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
our asshole friends.
That works
sorry.
too. Yes. Sorry. Those are synonyms to me.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Close asshole.
But yeah, no, we don't have much as far as any questions or anything along those lines via Twitter. I do want to take this opportunity. I'll do it every fucking episode until you start sending us tweets.
Wait. Oh, hold on. I didn't
Oh.
check my own personal Twitter. Hold on. Beep boop beep.
Oh,
beep boop beep
okay.
beep. Beep boop beep beep.
I was
beep, boop,
really pumped. I thought we got
beep,
past
beep,
that.
Beep, 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 boop. Hold on. Bum. http://Twitter.
Right.
Hold on. Keep going. I'll
Okay.
check it while you're talking.
Okay, I'll just keep talking. We do have several several episodes coming up in this next month and a half before the end of the year where we need you to send us something. We need to be able to talk about some of your Christmas stories, some of your New Year's resolutions. The episode today would have been great if we'd have had some listener submitted.
I got one though,
stories.
Kyle. I got one here
good.
though.
I was
All right.
worried.
This is from Twitter user PJ for Life. Shout out to PJ for Life. Thanks for tweeting at us.
Thanks.
This question is to Kyle.
Oh.
Kyle,
Uh-huh.
which one of the Better Than the Rest any guests has the largest penis, and why is it Paul?
Okay, well, why is it Paul? I think it is probably due to the amount of pressure he prefers to apply to it.
Probably. I know
causes some
Paul's rocking
swelling.
a monster lap hog. I know
Oh, yeah.
I know Paul is an avid listener of the show, so
Every
you know
episode.
he's all the time. Like
Mhm.
literally we just have him streaming 24/7 podcast episodes while he's multitasking on his computer playing WoW. And monster lap hog.
Monster. It's
I will
almost scary.
answer that for PJ lover something. I don't even
PJ
remember.
for life.
Yeah, PJ for life. Thank you. I don't even remember what the name is.
It's okay. Well, yeah. So please start sending us tweets. So
Oh,
we don't have to. Do
Also,
that
I got another from @Quilted Northern.
Oh!
Yes.
Now I'm interested.
It says better than the rest in E
Mm-hmm.
hosts.
That's us.
Whatever Charmin's paying you,
Okay.
we'll double it. Get back to us.
Holy fuck.
Here's the deal,
Uh-oh.
Quilted Northern. Charmin is paying us 0. So math would indicate that doubling that would also be 0.
but we'll take it. Fuck yes, we'll take it. We got it. We got a sponsor. Is that what that means?
I think so. I think
Okay.
that's what it means. So
Yes.
as sad as I am to hang up the yearning ass cape, Charmin, you're terrible. It's like sandpaper. It's like 80 grit sandpaper for your asshole.
Right.
Like if you like bleeding
Mm-hmm.
and hemorrhaging from the butt,
Oh, I mean no.
then just go buy Charmin. It's fine, if that's how you want to live your life. But real individuals who care for the parts hiding in between their cheeks, so delicate.
And just let this be a warning to those
They
sponsors. out
choose
there.
Quilted Northern. Just let this be a warning. We will turn on you on
Do
a
not
fucking
cross us.
dime if someone pays us more money. We
We
are
are
pretty much whores. Is what
Purchasable.
we're
Absolutely.
what we're seeing. So
Walk
yeah,
in
that's
the
all I
store.
got on my personal Twitter, which
Oh,
you
that's
can
unfortunate.
follow on Twitter at 972-415. That's my Twitter account.
That's weird. I feel like they should prevent that kind of thing from happening.
Well,
but
maybe
no,
they
we do.
have.
We
Maybe
do.
they had. Tune in 2 weeks for the Ebola and gaming expose, and you'll find out.
Oh, I'm gonna make you do one. You're gonna have to do it.
I've already done it.
Oh, good. Okay, then we'll just have to roll that footage.
Yeah.
That beautiful footage. So yeah, again, go ahead and tweet at us because this would be great if we could avoid a lot of what just happened. But other than that, there is some Twitch that I need to tell you about. It's gonna change what you're seeing with that long list of games that we just mentioned. Hopefully, we can get a mixture of different games as well as different streamers on there. I know Jacob.
Mostly me.
Yeah.
Me. So I'm going to go ahead and announce I'm going to be streaming on from now on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
So if you're listening to this, check me out later today. I guess I'm going to be streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2 to 5
perfect.
Central. So 3-hour little blocks. I'll just be doing random games, let's plays with the viewers. If you want to come in and play, if you have a game again you want me to play, I'll play some Farming Simulator 15 otherwise, or maybe some WoW, or maybe some Advanced Warfare or Smite or any other of these other horrible games that I play, maybe Payday. But really quick, I also have to interject. I didn't get a tweet. I got a Xbox message
Oh,
from one of our listeners, and I just want to shout out to Razor, who sent me a message on Xbox Live. Let me tell you about this guy.
okay.
I know that I said our listeners have monster cocks.
Right.
This guy is like the Goliath to their Davids, though. This guy, he knows quality.
It's a lot.
He knows quality. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Think about the sheer size difference.
That is big.
This guy is like a serpent riding gracefully. Kyle, stop looking at me. Gracefully on his dong because it is so huge. Razor, shout out, listener number 7. So glad you messaged me, man. I really appreciate it. Much love, brother.
That has got to be
Keep
the
listening
best
to
shout
us.
out that anyone
Keep
has ever
listening,
gotten.
man. We listen. And also, if you want us to just say, give us your actual name,
Oh, yeah.
and we will just read a list like fucking Santa Claus, a naughty and nice list of how big your dick is, and you can cut it and paste it and put that on an audio resume, or share that with potential future girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. Oh, listen, for our female listeners, I'll think of some equivalent for you, like the tightest I've ever.
Yeah,
she's got a butt that is.
It put a lot of PSI on.
We'll figure something out. Show us the love. We'll show you guys the love.
Absolutely.
Tenfold, especially Razor.
If we had to pick
Try not to damage that monster cock, buddy.
Yeah. You'll bleed out if you nick it. No, and on top of that, we do appreciate the Xbox communication. We do have YouTube, and I know I've talked to you about YouTube. Currently, YouTube does just house our episodes in another media form for you to listen to them. There was talk of doing some Xbox Record That Variety show. Currently, the strapping young man that has made all of our intro music for us, Stephen Dillard at the Son of Kong on Twitter, he's ill. He cannot sing. He had been suffering from bronchitis, so we have not been able to put together any of the media for that that is required. So it's kind of on the back burner for now. To be completely honest with you, with those 9 games that were just released, I might not be putting that together anytime soon. We'll see. We'll see if there's any need for it, but I'm going to do everything.
You're better than the rest of you. We like making promises that we can never
that we
uphold.
break, yeah.
Like a week later, we just...
Yeah, I didn't mean it. Did I not say that?
We're like the really bad father that you had, probably.
Oh, yeah, no.
or didn't have.
Oh, no, yeah, I'll be at the game on Saturday. I'm not fucking going to that game. He's awful.
Yeah, buddy, I'll pick you up after school, sure.
Walking home in the cold.
It's raining and Dad's not here. Oh, Dad's already at home drinking a beer. Playing Destiny. That's what he's doing. That's us.
I was going to say, we just saw my child's future. No, so there's YouTube. And more importantly, and probably the most common way that you're going to be hearing this, is either through iTunes or through Stitcher or through some other podcast streaming software. You can get to that there. Our Instagram has still been pretty naked. We haven't done a lot. I want to do more, so you can really just put a face.
Yeah, I'll get some dick pics
to our voice
later this week.
Put a dick to the voice.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna work on that. That's a promise that I plan to keep.
Lap Hogs Unlimited. That'll be the album.
Non-stop Lap Hogs. But all of this is available on our website, betterthantheresiny.com. It's going to be redone here in the next couple of days. The images are all currently Destiny, and we got to fix that because now we're all gaming. You're welcome, gaming world. We're not just going to focus our fantastic talent on one game. No, all of it. We're going to do all of gaming. We're just
going to unzip and let our talent unfurl from our trousers
on the floor
onto every game that we can think of.
Now, we've got. Well, it's going to be interesting now because of the fact that we're going to be playing some PC games. The best way to get a hold of us due to that is probably via Twitter. We do still have our Xbox One tags. You can send us messages at. I am Taslantic.
Spell that.
Okay, I was like TASLANTIC.
Oh, and me, Jacob, your favorite. I am at Your Pal Rabbit, all one word as it's spelled. Send me some Xbox love, and I will plug your giant cock
plug the
on
shit
air.
Out of your giant cock. Oh,
and me,
God.
PJ, teaching you how to live at Maladead, MALADEAD.
Maladead.
But yeah, you can also tweet at us, send us an email, any of that way. Send a carrier pigeon, text us at 9-something other and some other digits, and let us know what you think. Good, bad, otherwise. If you got questions for us, we'd love to answer those.
Love to.
And if you're on Twitch, you can find us Better Than Wrestling on Twitch. Like I said, Mondays and Wednesdays. I'll probably be expanding more days than that. That's just what I'm starting at with now.
And
so
Twitter will let you know.
2 to 5 Central. So,
but that's it. That's it for this episode.
That's it, man.
That's it. I want to thank Paul PJ Hudson for another.
Yeah, thank you for stepping out of the booth. I mean, Ricky fucked up today, but
yeah, Ricky's done.
He's an intern though. It's not like we pay him.
No,
he's pretty much a slave. Like
somehow it's
great.
legal.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Paul, and that does it. We're done for the night. We're done. You can
Dunzo.
try to drive back through the traffic. Hopefully it's gone now.
Here's hoping.
But again, I am Kyle.
I'm Jacob.
I'm PJ.
And we are better than
The Restiny. Peace.
Legends in the making, they fight. Kyle and Jacob will lead you tonight. So lay down your arms, there's no chance of victory. You punk ass bitches, they're better than forever.